I just wanted to share two kind of things that are going on in my life. So I made my first purchase of a vehicle online through Carvana. I'm excited for it. You know, I'm gonna go into it more. Right, this video is gonna be super casual, just because I just like having fun, and I'm gonna talk about why I do certain things the way that I do them. And if you don't agree, that's cool. I appreciate people who don't agree with me because they expose me to ideas that I didn't know were even in existence. And I hope maybe I can do that for you. All right, so I want to start with these pens. So I bought actually a fancy pen. I paid, here it is, this Wee Knife pen. It's a, I guess you would say tactical pen. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what a tactical pen is. I know you can use this as a blunt object, but I think you can use anything as a blunt object. I really think this pen is just a toy for someone who's in an office situation and they can't be on their phone. Because you kind of like, it just feels quality. I don't know how to explain it, but when you're kind of moving this bolt to make the pen tip come out, it's very rewarding. And then this spinner at the top. I tried to like stand it on this spinner thing, but it didn't work in the way it did in my mind. So, but I can see, just even though this was I think this was, I forget the price, but like 60 or 70 bucks on bladehq. But this kind of lets me understand that maybe there is something to all these like Cartier and like really fancy pens. I'm like, well, maybe, you know what? Maybe these guys have something to that. Like, because if I can buy a $60 pen and it's like, it's just, I guess I can't do a good job to explain why it's nice, because the niceness comes from me holding it. Like, I feel the quality in my hand, and I can't necessarily translate that to words for you. Um, I thought you could like blow through this to make it spin. I wasn't really able to make that work. But anyways, I just wanted to look at pens on bladehq here. So let's see. I'm just messing around here. Civivi. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Excuse me. Actually, what I like to do first, I like to make this 100. That's what I like to do. Because I'm like, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to drink my coffee. My wife always makes the most delicious coffee. So, and I appreciate her greatly. I really do. Let's go through here. I just love being able to do this. My I just love being creative, and like if I have time, I will just develop ideas just so randomly, and I find it a lot of fun. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. All right, so just on looks, this pen looks cool, dude. 14 bucks. I mean, come on. I understand $14. Okay, here we go. I think price is relative. When you hold something in your hand and it feels quality, I don't think price necessarily matters as much, if that makes any sense. Okay. Oh, that looks cool too. Oh my gosh, okay, I gotta click on this one. I don't ever decide, like, I'm just like, I'll know when I see something I really like. Oh man, that looks really cool. Oh my gosh, Boker, great job on that pen. I've never watched someone go through and look at pens on bladehq, but that's a nice pen. I didn't realize how many pens they have. Wow. Okay, let's see here. I wonder what I like to do too. When I was on Carvana, I would just like do all these random different searches. Like I would do like, okay, a certain price. I'm gonna just tell you right now. My goal was 20,000. So I was like, what is the absolute best car I can find for $20,000? And very soon on Wednesday, hopefully, God willing, you will see what I believe to be the best possible car I could get for $20,000. All right, so here we go. Let me look at these other pens. That's cool. That Uzi, you know, it's gotta catch my eye. I really think that's how life works. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's cool. I like that. I really do. That's nice. Oh, that is nice. I like that a lot. So this is the titanium mini bolt EDC pen. That looks really, really cool. Damn, 70 bucks. So I think really at that $70 mark, you're getting something. This was I don't want to misquote the price, but it was right there about 70. I don't think it was more than 75 bucks, but I mean, I know prices change and it's all relative. I'm noticing that with used cars, like kind of like the prices you thought, like because the used market's kind of so small, like I really feel like sometimes even these Kelly Blue Book prices don't even really take that into account, you know. The demand, I mean, demand really does change things a lot. This looks nice. I like this, but I mean, it's cool. I'm looking for something that's just really gonna be like, okay. I gotta stand up straight too. I gotta work on my posture. I really do. I have my posture is horrible. If I could tell my young self something, I'd say stand up straight. Really, for sure, for real. If I could, if someone was asking me right now, I know no one's asking me what would I want to tell my young self? Don't slouch and don't lean up against the wall. Just stand up straight. Help. That would like probably alleviate a lot of my problems in life related to like just I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, Benchmade has a pen. Oh, dang! You know pens are popular if Benchmade is making a pen. I bet you everyone already knew that. They're like, this guy's so. Let's see. When did this come out? When did this come out? Is there a date on there? I don't see. But actually, you know what? That is cool too, though. I might actually do like a. What I do too is if I find something I'm really interested in, then I'll just type that in YouTube. I'll just paste that in YouTube and be like, yo, someone has anyone done a review on this Benchmade shorthand? Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm losing interest in the pens. Oh wait, did mine is mine all right, let me just show you let me show you what I bought. I'm not logged in. We knife pen. There, let's see what happens. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is what I got, but I don't know what the price is though. Or now that they're not in stock anymore. Okay, 67. Okay. So I mean I like it. I really do. I think it's cool. But I mean shout out to that that Benchmade shorthand. That looked pretty sweet. Actually, let me look at this. 22 bucks. What is this? Um Actually, you know what? That is kind of cool. Oh, and then you can have it on a keychain. Oh, that's really smart. So you can just have the pen around your neck. That's really smart. Actually, that's actually really really smart. No, because when I used to work at Loomis, like you would have to sign your name so many times. You had to sign your name like hundreds of times a day. So it's always funny when I noticed like when they would hire someone new and people and like they worked with you and they would sign like their whole name and I'm like, you know, you're gonna have to do that like 30 times today. My signature just became like a dot with a line. A dot with a line. All right, let me look. Okay, so now let me go over to here. So let me turn this music down. Look, I'm trying to get serious here, Mr. I don't know who this is, but let's go to something. Let's do chill. Can we do chill? This song right here. I've been addicted to this song right here. Shout out to 24 Karat Golden, dude, and Little Tekka. I hope I said your names right, but Prada, dude, that's a Shout out to obviously all the people that have already been. I'm gonna stop sending shout outs because I say it too much. All right, so here we go. Now that I've already made my decision about my car, now I'm curious. I'm like, okay, so what would I find today? Well, what if today I was doing what I did yesterday and decided, you know what, I'm gonna find the best car, make a decision. So this is, I wanted a convertible. So like I'm gonna run you through my criteria. I've never owned a convertible. I sold my motorcycle. Shout out to Ride Now Rancho, the same place I bought it, the same place I sold it. Great people there. I worked with Ryan, amazing gentleman, and that's what I love. I love just people who are classy, people who treat me just good. I'm not necessarily always looking for the absolute most money and sucking the most money out of a situation. That's not my goal. Like if I can develop a relationship with someone and compromise a little bit of my, because in the end it's all relative, right? I mean, you help me out on a deal, I help you on a deal. It all works out in the end. That's what I believe. All right, 89107. There we go. Let's do that. Oh, actually, you know what? No, let's do this. 89107. All right. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me put in. Is there a San Francisco? Let's do this. 94404. I wonder if this means anything. No, I'm just curious. San Mateo. Yeah, let's do. Oh, is there a location in San Mateo? Oh, let's see here. Okay. Okay, this was my convertible. I wanted to stay under 50,000. That's what I put in. Just because I felt like used. I didn't care about the year. I really don't care because I've seen that a lot. There's older cars that are, you just have to find the right previous owner. There's a lot of people who have had cars in a garage that just took care of them. So I really don't think that's as big a deal as a lot of people want to make that out to be. Okay, so let's go price 20,000 right here. Okay. Now that gives us, only 30. So now we only have 30. Okay. So I was considering, I showed my wife, I was considering this Fiat 500 Abarth. It was in black. No, there was one I wanted, but someone was going through the buying process. And I think if that person hadn't been doing that, I probably would have bought it. It was so mint. It was this. Okay, so I'll tell you, if it wasn't these wheels. It was like literally it checked off all the boxes on this Abarth. Like it was a manual. It was so clean. It only had 6,000 miles on it. It had the upgraded nice wheels. Like the paint was with the decals. This what's that called? That cloth top that pulls. I was just like, oh, and it was like, I think it was 20. It was like 19,996 or 19,996 or something like that. But someone was buying it, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. That's life, right? You might get to the dealership 10 minutes before I do. Okay, there's nothing. Not really seeing anything here. Okay. Let me go like this. Okay, so let's do. Why is this not price mode? Now I want to show you kind of what I was looking at here. 1 and 3 series. Yeah. Oh, thank you. No, that's perfect. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Let me see here. I don't know if Carvana has like a really high turnout or like a lot of different cars, but I did. You know what I was looking for? I wanted something. I actually went to CarMax. Let me show you what. Actually, here we go. I Oops. We sold a Subaru. Um, at CarMax. Oops. And I had a good experience, so I just wanted to go back and okay. So here's what I kind of started with. This was my. There was one that was better. It got sold like the day I drove it, but it was very similar to this. It was so. This is what I based my criteria on. So I did drive one. I did drive a car that was slightly newer that they had. It was a 2013, and it only had like 15,000 miles. But they were asking 26,000, which actually, I mean, I think it's it was really high in my opinion. This was more reasonably priced, and so this is kind of what I told myself, like, because I drove a comparable, and I was like, this is really enjoyable. This was really, really enjoyable. So I told myself, I've never owned a convertible. It's something I've always wanted to do. I do love two-seaters, and this does have a back seat that can fit two child seats. So I was like, why not? And I think I found something that was actually better than if I would have just bought what was available at CarMax. Although I'm sure I would have enjoyed it, but I think what I actually am going to end up is slightly more geared towards serving my specific needs. So I'm grateful for that. But this was my mindset. I've never owned a BMW either. I love the straight six, so it's just a really smooth engine. So that's all I got for you today. I think I'm gonna end this with this. This is what could have been, but I think at the end of the day, I actually ended up with something. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. So let me just look at this though, because this is actually very. It's really hard because sometimes you're like, well, I want a little bit lower miles. Okay, what about this? I'll tell you what I would pick out of all these ones right here. I think I looked at this one too. That's actually, I mean, here's the thing. I know a lot of people like to say, well, the price is really important. I get it, the price is, but like for example, okay, so out of all these, I know probably, so here we go. Oh, I like that color. I'm willing to pay a little extra for the color. I know people don't. I know a lot of people are like, well, I want the lowest price. I get that, but I want to look at the car that I wanted to buy, if that makes any sense. And I'm willing to spend a little extra. That's me. Other people might look at me and be like, that guy's dumb. Well, here's the thing. I will pay a little bit extra if I really like this blue, which actually I really do like this blue. And this would be something here, I gladly, if I had a little bit extra money, I would gladly pay the extra to get this 2013 328i. But I mean, 8,000 more. Let's look at these pictures though. I just want to look at it. I do like this blue. I really don't think it's worth the extra. But if you do have the extra money, I think, and it's not gonna affect you, that's different. I think that's a different situation. Because I realize, and I have to remember this a lot of times, that for a lot of people, 7,000-8,000 is not really a lot of money, and for other people, that's 6 months worth of work. So everybody is different. This is very clean. There you go. I do like this tan interior. Need a new battery for your key, sir. I like that it tells you that on the. Now I know for my car. All right, here we go. I don't mind the BMW Professional Series radios. I really don't. I don't care if I have a touchscreen. I really don't. I'm going to plug my phone into the auxiliary jack and call it a day. So I really don't care. I know a lot of people need like a big screen. I don't. I really don't. It doesn't matter to me. I care about my main selling point on this car and why I found it to be something I really wanted. I wanted the engine. I wanted that silky smooth transmission because I just want to cruise and enjoy myself, but still have some power. I wanted it to be a convertible because, like my motorcycle serves me, but I want to be able to go with the top down with my wife and my two kids. Like that's just what I want to do. So this was really I did watch. So I'm gonna say this right now. I did watch Reddy's Rides, and he had on there. It was a 440i. That is, you know what? If they did that 440i with a hard top, I don't want to. I'm not sold on the actual cloth top. Especially like if you're somewhere where there's just people that are like rude. Like I wish there weren't rude people that would cut your top on your convertible, but that's the world we live in. So that's why I like this. And maybe you compromise handling by having a retractable hardtop, but I think it's the better choice for me. As someone who wants to move back to the Bay Area. All right, so here we go. I do like this color because there is a thing that happens with BMW. Like when there's something with a BMW that's in black that just has this very business look to it, and I like the colors that aren't necessarily that kind of just very business color. But no, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's places you go and every single car in the parking lot's a black BMW. All right. I like this. All right, so just looking at this one page, this is very clean. I don't think I even saw any blemishes on this. No, this was very clean. Like I think when someone says that this isn't worth it because it's a 2013 or these tops might have had problems for certain people or so and so and such, I think those people fail to realize, what if this car is what the person is searching for and they found what they wanted and then they buy it. Like I know we all look at Kelly Blue Book and all these people as gospel, but they don't take into account that I might like a certain color and I might be willing to pay a little bit extra, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, they'll buy a car and repaint the car and spend $10,000 on a paint job. So why can't I just spend $7,000 extra from the beginning and just get the color I wanted? That's the way I look at it. I'm like, I know people say I could buy this car and change all these parts, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to change anything. I just want the car to be exactly the way I want it from the factory. And that's my other thing. Why can't we tint the windows? Why can't even the wheels that I want, why couldn't they just be delivered to the factory? You install them, make sure everything is running correctly. And then when I pick up the car, I'm just picking up the car exactly the way I want it for me. That's my dream. But, this is close. This is getting there. The fact that the fact that we have these type of things like on the internet, I really appreciate that. I really do. This is my first purchase online of a vehicle, so I'm excited to see kind of how it turns out, and I'm excited to actually document it. So at the very least, I can look at it later and be like, oh, I've gained so much knowledge in the past so many years buying cars online. Because I think there's always the first time I think is the most awkward. When you don't know what you're doing, other people know better. It's just it's a growing process, and I think when you're able to laugh at yourself, you're like, you know what, it's not a big deal. We all been through this. The way I look at you is the way you look at me. The universe is a mirror. That's what I realized. Shout out to a friend of mine, someone who I used to work with. He kind of opened my eyes with that. Stuart Bowman. Shout out to you, sir. One time I remember he said that to me, and I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. Because the more I thought about it, I was like, when I look at someone and I'm like, you know what, how is that person able to do that? I can't do that. It's like almost impossible. But I'm sure they look at me the same way, and when I look at someone, I'm like, disgusted by them. I'm sure they look at me and they're disgusted by me. So I get it. I really get that now. I've really embraced that. I really see that, all the things that I have to work on are visible when I look in the mirror. So thank you. Have a blessed day. I love you.